black hole in the ocean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sounds good. I'll do it.
Submarine, USS Montana, with 156 men aboard, went down about 22 miles from here. Now, your company has authorized the Navy's use of this facility for a rescue operation.
Look, I don't know what kind of deal you guys made with the company, but my people are not qualified for this. We're oil workers. This is a...
I liked the story. I thought it was tight and very well written, you know. The characters were clear. And working with Jim, who, you know, had done Aliens and Terminator, I knew he could make a really good film.
Even though the science fiction elements kind of create the environment, that's really not what's driving the piece. It's driven by the characters. I see this film as a love story first, an adventure second, and a science fiction film third.
You got the suit on, and you're a much better swimmer than I am, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Yes. I got a plan.
What's the plan?
I drown when you throw me back to the rig.
No. No.
Technology aside, this is about two people that are, you know, wanting to be together, and neither of them is really admitting to it.
All the characters individually face their own personal abyss in this film, and then you eventually go there physically.
I'll always be with you, but...
James Cameron, writer-director of The Abyss. Thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
We're honored to have you. Now, this movie is based on a short story that you wrote when you were, what, 17 years old? What, it was, how similar?
A mere stripe of a lad,
That's
17,
right.
yes. Never been in the ocean.
you were in some landlocked area somewhere?
Chippewa, Ontario, Canada, population 2,000.
Really?
700 miles from the ocean.
The ocean always have some sort of fascination for you? Is that?
I guess so. Must be from a past life, because...
You never even got much of a look at it until then.
No.
I guess many people have talked about what a difficult thing this was for so many people involved. How hard was it to shoot this thing for you, just in terms of the physical demands it made on you?
You know, it's pretty intense, working underwater day after day. You have to concentrate on your shots, and you could die at any moment. You know. I told all the actors, you know, when we cast the picture, look, you got to expect losses.
Of lives.
Yeah, right, yeah. You got to expect losses, folks, you know. But 2 or 3 tops, I'm sure.
You're so noted for your adventure style of filmmaking, and yet this is a very personal story. Was that an important thing for you as you crafted the script, or did it sort of come out naturally? How did that come about?
For me, the characters are always the most important thing, you know, to work on as a writer. And the story unfolds from the characters and their motivations. And I wanted to do a story about kind of average people. These guys are blue-collar people. They're working on an oil rig, coming in contact with something really extraordinary.
And so they do, yeah, no question. We'll have more, in fact, with James Cameron. We'll even have the Big 5 countdown when we return. Stay with us. Chris Connolly back with you on The Big Picture, and I'm talking to James Cameron, writer and director of The Abyss. You know, one of the things that struck me about this film is that you don't get to blow up a lot of things in this movie. It's underwater.
No.
And so you have to do different things to create the kind of excitement you get in an action picture. What kind of things are they from a director's standpoint, in terms of camera movements and stuff like that?
Well, in terms of working underwater, we tried to keep the camera moving as much as possible. And we were in these very confined, claustrophobic sets, so we just picked up the camera and handheld and ran with it half the time. And it was about being closed in, about being trapped in small places, and with water flooding and that sort of thing. It's, different than your basic car crash action feature.
What's it like for you finally having it behind you and getting it on the screen and getting it to audiences? It must be just an incredible sense of relief, huh?
Yeah, it's a big relief. It was a big picture, 1,000 people worked on it, a lot of effects people and so on, and we're all pretty happy that we managed to get it done.
Off to a romantic comedy next, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Musical comedy.
That'll be good. Thanks a lot for coming in. Good
My
luck
pleasure.
with the film. James Cameron of The Abyss.